So in syllabus, arrays are given in first part and second part is as function. So we have started function first, then arrays. Now, why arrays are required? Suppose you want to add 10 numbers. You want to add 10 numbers and for this purpose you need 10 numbers except the 10 number from user. So this can be declared as A1, A2, A3, A4 up to A10. And then we write the statement printf, enter 10 numbers, and then 10 times we need to write %d, address of A1, address of A2, address of A10 likewise. Okay. So this requires a lot of typing effort, and this also requires a lot of programming effort. Okay. Suppose you want to add all the 10 numbers simultaneously, and suppose another integer values are there, like integer b1, b2 up to b10. Okay. Now, if you want to add all these numbers together, and if you want to display all these number addition, sum of all these numbers, so lot of programming effort will require. Like C1 you want to show. Okay. So for this purpose, it is also required to declare C1, C2, C3 up to C10. Now C1 equals to A1 plus B1. Second statement, C2 equals to A2 plus B2. Third statement, and likewise C10 equals to A10 plus B10. So see, typing effort is one thing, and another effort we require is uh, so many times we need to add the numbers. Okay. So we have a technique called array. In array, you can declare all the variables, like here we are using subscript C1, C2, C3. So for this whole purpose, one thing is there. Okay, so let us see. Arrays, it is structures of related data item, like for integer, for float, and this is static entry entity, not entry. So the same size throughout the program. Actually, you cannot expand or grow, but you can in limit. Okay, within the limit, suppose we have declared array of 10 size, then throughout the program it will remain of same size, means size of 10 will be there. So this is one example of array. Okay, so let me delete this and explain you what is array. What is array? Array is group of consecutive memory locations, same name and type. Same name and type means, suppose the name of array is C. Name of array is C and type is what? Integer. Okay. So for this value also integer, for all other values it is integer. And it holds consecutive memory location. Any doubt? So it holds consecutive number. To refer an element, you need to specify the array name and position number. Position number is given in square bracket and array number is the like A, B or C. Here in this particular case, in this particular example, here it is C. Okay, so C, so if we combine both, then C by this square bracket, and here we need to put the subscript. Fine. What is subscript? You know very well, like if I am writing a number A1, A2, okay. So in C, this can be written as A1, this can be A2. So this is known as subscript. What is the format? Give me 1 second. Hello. Hello. Now my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So there is a issue of power. So when the power fails, I will start resume my lecture from mobile. Okay. Now till the power will come and till the power is there, we will start with this only. Fine. So this is the way you can write the subscript. Fine. So how do we declare the array? This is of size 12. So this will be declared like integer C12. Fine. And the subscript will start from 0, 1 and up to 11. So this is the way, and the format is array name followed by position number. Array name followed by the position number. So the recording is enabled or not? Yes, it is enabled. First element at position 0. So this is first element at position 0 and nth element array name. So here you can see that how do we declare. So this will start from C0, C1 up to Cn minus 1. So this is the way you can store the variable. Now it is very simple to access the variable. To suppose you want to scan the number for I equals to 0, I is less than or equals to 12 and I plus plus. Now you can scan the number. Okay. How? scanf, just put scanf and put %d and comma address of what you need to write AI. Now it will automatically store all the values. Means for zero, what it will become? It will become address of A0, and for 1, address of A1. So only single statement will scan the multiple numbers. Here what happened? We need to write 10 times, or suppose 10 variables are there in previous case. So we need to write 10 times %d. Okay. And if a user's attention diverted, then he or she will not be able to get which current value he or she is going to enter. So that's why array is used. Similarly, if you want to print the numbers, you have access scan the number. Now, if you want to print the same number, so just write for I equals to 0, I is less than or equals to 12, and I plus plus. Fine. And then if you want to display all the numbers in new line, so just write printf %d /n comma ai. So only single statement will very helpful for us. And this is the example of single dimensional array. We are having 2 dimension, 3 dimension, multiple dimension arrays. Okay. So here array elements like they are very similar to the normal variable. And if you want to print the 0th element, then you need to write %d followed by 0th element. Perform operation in subscript. So these are the subscript. And if x equals to 3, so C5 minus 2, C3, and Cx all are similar. Here 5 minus 2, 4 minus 1, 3, x will access the similar item from the array. Okay. So in normal terms, we write the subscript like this. And in arrays, because we cannot write a subscript in text file. Okay. So that's why we have uh, created one idea of array, and this will automatically tells that this is written C0, C1, and C2. Declaring array. When declaring array, specify name, type of array, number of elements. Okay. So array type, this is your integer. Okay. Like array type is what? Integer, and then followed by array name. So suppose I want to write its name as my array. My array, all are connected. Okay. I had only written A, and then no spaces between these two. Here it is written, not an issue. And then 26. Okay. Sometimes what happened? People thought that main integer and then integer an. This is their assumption. Printf enter an and scanf %d address of n. Okay. So one student says that, sir, this n will be entered by the uh, person, any person. So that's why there is no need to write or initialize this value. So this is not like that. This must be a constant value. Okay. And this must be available. This particular number must be before available before use. So you must remember that this statement is wrong, that you are asking user to enter the n. After that, you can also declare integer an. Now it is fine, but here it will not work. Okay. And give compilation error. But here it will work finely. Declaring multiple arrays of same type. So like integer b 100, x 27, all are arrays of integer. So multiple array you can declare like normal variable, whatever you have declared in previous examples. Initializers like suppose there are two ways of initial. Either you must know the size of array integer n equals to 5 and 5 and then initialize particular value. If not enough initializers, if you are not having enough initializers, then all will declare to 0. Okay, all will declare to 1, 0, whatever you want to declare. Now, if too many like integer n5 is given and you have declared like this, integer n5 equals to 7 is okay, but 1, 2, 3, 7 is not okay. Let us write 17. Otherwise, you will connect this 7 to this 17. This is not okay because number of element in left hand side is not equals to number of elements in right hand side. Fine. So this is one thing. So be careful. This will not work. Okay. And this is work for all because all elements are initialized to this. If too many, a syntax error is produced. Okay. And C array have no bound checking. Means suppose I had declared 100, 200, etc. So it has no bound checking. And if size is omitted, then one more thing is also available, and space equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will automatically declare an array of size 5, with 5 initializer. Okay. So this is all about array. Now let us write a program which will print the histogram. It will take the value from user and it will print number of stars, whatever value will be entered by the user. So here, this is the program. We start with this. Now, this is very important thing. It defines size 10. Define size 10 will automatically create the array of, because this is constant value and this is defined by the preprocessor directive. So here automatically this statement is equals to n10 also. Now it is initialized to 19, 3, 5, 15, 7, etc. So this will place that n0 and this will place at n2. Likewise, this will be placed at n9. Okay, because the number starts from 0. So that's why we have placed all the number in appropriate position. Now the program also uses variable as integer I and j. So integer I and j will be used here. Printf. This printf statement is very important. This will give you alignment and formatting. Alignment and formatting means like %13s element. So what is the meaning of this? Its meaning is that this particular number will be aligned from right and there will be some space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. From this place, it has started. In my screen, it looks like it is started from here, but this will started from this place. Okay, so let me erase this. And because in format specification class, you have already done this thing. Now come to next thing, value. Here I can show you how many spaces are there. So for value, Oh, yes. This is correct. Actually, percent as I had not seen. Percent as means string. So this element is started from extreme left. Now this percent 13s for percent 13s. Now from this place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So total 13 space, total 13 including the string. Okay. Similarly, including the string, this will be 19 places. Oh, 17 places. So it will automatically justify our number. That's why we will use such kind of format specifiers. Okay. Now come to next thing. Here in this particular case, printf, we have used first one as %7. Okay. So due to this %7, it will automatically occupy how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see that element is written with 7 spaces. That's why this 7 will be used here. So you must know how format specifier will impact in output. Now, %13d. So again, %13d will be given because this %13 as you know very well. So now %13d is also given. And then this will print the value, corresponding values. Okay. This will initially, because we have initialized, we have not taken values from user. So this will automatically print this value I, comma, ni. Okay. Now for loop will start. For loop is in connection with this. This is the outer for loop. Okay. This is the outer for loop and used to display I. Here you can see that I will be displayed here. I will be displayed here. This will display I and this will display what value it will be displaying? Ni. Okay. So now for this, this is actually N0 equals to 19, you can see. And similarly, this is N8. Here you can see that N8 is 17 and this is N9. So likewise, these values are there. Fine. Now, this for loop is in connection and this for loop is inside. This is our outer for loop. Okay. And this is also outer for loop. So this one is outer for loop and this one is closing outer for loop. Now inner for loop without any slash n is given. So now it will print how many times the star. First value is I0. Now j equals to 1, j is less than or equals to ni. So what is the value of ni? Ni is, suppose I is 0. So it will start it from which value? Or it will run up to 17. Yes or no? If I am simulating this for loop, so this for loop number 0, okay, this for loop number 0 will look like for outer I equals to 0, this will be j equals to 1, then j is less than or equals to ni. So what is ni is n0 because i's value will be put here and last value is j plus plus. So now this is j equals to 1, j is less than or equals to 19 and then j plus plus. So this for loop will run 19 times without any slash n, without any slash n. So it will print 19, will print 19 star without new line. Now you can see that after completion of this loop, it will enter to new line. Now next line will start and then the for loop will start for 1. For loop will start for 1. Here 3 is written, so 3 star will be printed and 2 is written. Then in place of N2, you can write N2 is given as 15. So 15 number of stars will be printed. So this is the simplest program. Just write it down for your understanding, then I will explain. Write it down. It is very important. Mandatorily write it down and mandatorily show these things. Okay, these are also very important. So just try to. I will give you 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. I think it is sufficient. Then I will move ahead. I think you have completed the writing. Any doubt till now? Yes. Anyone is there in class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
no doubt, sir.
No doubt,
Doubt
sir.
ना? Yes, yes. अगले क्वेश्चन पे आवाज नहीं आई ना तो सबको एब्सेंट कर दूंगा मैं. So this is how do we use arrays now. This is a program. I have one student and there is a logical mistake. Okay, and compiler to compiler, this will give us a wrong answer. So because you have not written any program, so there is no meaning of this. One more program for addition of two number I had given to student. So just try to understand this program and just write it down, and then I will ask a random person to explain this program. Okay, each and everything is written here. So just try to write down a program for addition of two array, which will take um, any number. Okay, maybe 3, 4 from user, and then it will accept the number from user and finally add the number. So instead of writing addition program, just write your subtraction program, a minus b. Okay, c equals to a minus b. Completed? Done or not done? Devesh Chandra, have you completed this?
No, sir.
How much time it will take? Just 3 minutes. Only one symbol you need to change. Okay, I will give you another 3 minutes. Fine.
सर
Hmm.
सर कैन यू सेंड द स्क्रीनशॉट सर कभी कभी बीच बीच में गायब हो रही है सर स्क्रीन मतलब एकदम ब्लैकआउट हो रही है बीच बीच में
बीच में ब्लैक हो रही है. Let me enable my another network.
सर अब वापस दिखने लग गई सर थोड़ी देर पहले वापस गायब हो गई थी
Now it is visible to you, and
Yes,
some
sir.
other program is there. Now this is the program. Okay.
थोड़ा सा बचा है सर, वो टाइप करना।
Yes. So is there any doubt?
सर वो एक बार स्लाइड शो कर दीजिए सर, वो मेरा मिस हो गया था इसलिए थोड़ा सा बचा है सर वो बस।
कौन सा स्लाइड शो?
सर वो अभी पीछे प्रोग्राम था ना सर, प्रिंट मैक्स मिन वाला।
ये वॉइस वो एक्चुअली वो तो आप लोग के लिए है ही नहीं, ये वाला। ये प्रोग्राम गलत लॉजिक, ये एक्सप्लेन करना है क्या आपको?
नहीं सर, समझ तो आ गया सर ये।
नहीं, ये प्रोग्राम समझना भी नहीं है आपको, है ना? दिस विल प्रोड्यूस रॉन्ग आउटपुट
ओके
and
सर।
this is not belong to actually the logic is written incorrectly. This if is given and this if is also given. So what is the means whether this else belongs to this particular if or this particular if. So this is the number. Actually he has entered the number 90. So 90 greater than 100. This condition becomes false. So it will go to next number. Okay. Now it will check 90 greater than 8, and then it will return. If this condition is true, then it will return this value. Otherwise, it will return number 2. Number 2 is what? 100. 100 is greater than 800. Okay. So now it will return what value? Number 2. Number 2 or number 3. So this must return 800, but due to incorrect logic, it will not return correct value. Sometimes it will return 90 and okay, because else's are misplaced. Now this is our program, and I think everyone has written the program. Let me describe the program once again. Let us delete this slide now. So our target is to write a program which will perform Ci equals to Ai minus Bi. Okay. So initially, this program will start from include stdio.h. In second line, you need to define max 100. Okay. And even you can define 10 also. I had defined 100, no problem. Let us now define 10. Why 10? Reason is that when I define 100, my array will occupy 100 spaces for each. Now, integer main will start integer a max. So now you can have a question that why we have put this max over here. So answer is very simple. This value must be constant or it may be declared by the user. Initialization must be there. So due to that, we have written this value. And in previous case also, I had explained that this will not work. Which will not work? Integer and this will not work. Okay. This type of like you have created one variable and use here, but because no value is there, that's why it will also not work. So that is the reason we have put this max 10. Now max is the constant. So next is entering any value. Okay. So integer n will be the value. Then we will use two for loop I and j. Now printf, enter any number, and better to write correct narration here. Enter size of array. Okay. Now it will scanf %d address of n. Now we will start asking user for I equals to 0, I is less than or equals to I is less than or equals to, not less than or equals to, it must be less than, because already we have started from 0. So be careful, okay, while writing this for statement, I is less than n and I plus plus. Now user will ask print f enter first number. Okay, enter first number. So we cannot write first. So just write this ith number. Okay, I am writing ith, or it is much better. Enter ai. So instead of writing I need to write %d in brackets. I think this screen is not visible to you. Am I correct? Whatever I am doing, it is not visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I think it is visible. Fine. So enter %d, okay, comma I. So it will ask the user enter A0. Fine. Likewise, then scanf %d address of AI, followed by, you want to display the sum also, yes or no? So CI difference CIO. Yes, one more thing you need to enter. Erase this, and again the user will ask printf enter b%d. Then this is also I, and scanf %d address of bi. Now you can, as soon as the values will be entered, CI will also be calculated, CI minus BI. Okay. Now this whole loop is closed. Another loop will start for I equals to, suppose I had taken j equals to 0, j is less than or equals to, not equals to, because it was our practice, it was in our practice. So that's why this is not, in case of this array kind of thing, j is less than n and j plus plus. Okay, what it will be displaying, printf in brackets /n a%d, a square bracket %d minus B. Oh. You can write in any format. So you are writing CI, C%D equals to %D minus %D. Okay. Then comma here. For this %D, I am writing J, and for this %D, I am writing AJ, and this %D, I am writing BJ. Okay, this loop will be closed and return 0. So how do this program run? How it will be run? So it will ask the numbers from 10 user. So just try to do by yourself, because already we have yes, we have already 10, 15. If the program will not run, then ask and just try to run this program, and then tomorrow I will explain how this will executed. Fine. So let us take the attendance. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice time. Just try to run by your own, and I will explain more examples tomorrow. Fine. Thank you. Have a nice day.